Scott Liddycoat swinging to the outside as he was told to do, and problems for J. Michael Kelly in the new 88-degree men. He should be going very, very fast right now and getting around here to catch these boats and join them in the turn. That's not going to happen. His turbine not spooling up the way he wanted it to. Looked okay as we came by the exit pin. Inside that 45-second mark, everybody was legal. Now we're going down the backstretch. You can do whatever you want. You can even move over and take a lane away if you have a 5-boat overlap, which right now J.W. Myers does not have. Up ahead of them, J. Michael Kelly is swinging the degree men way to the outside to give them room. Was not able to get that turbine spooled up and get it to full song. So we're going to have a 2-boat race now as J.W. Myers and Steve David, a couple of veterans with great race boats, come down to start-finish at 3, 2, 1, and one of them may have been too early. J.W. Myers might have been over the line too fast. Steve David looked to be okay. Now Scott Liddycoat comes by, and I'm told the start was good, so my naked eye let me down a little bit. The line is slightly off to our left, and I thought J.W. might have been early. The officials tell us he's okay. J. Michael brings the 88-degree men back into the pit area as our race boat goes up the backstretch, and the U1 got high in the air. Steve David had to settle it back down. J.W. Myers is flying up on his hip in the U11, pushing Steve David. This happened in Doha, remember, when Steve David got pushed. Drove so hard that the U1 Oh Boy Oberto went over. Almost happened again right there, but he was able to gather it up and get it down. Now we're going to have some interesting racing back here for second and third place as Steve David goes by with more than a rooster tail lead over J.W. Myers, but coming up fast on him is Scott Liddycoat. He had to start behind the field in the black boat, and he did just that. He has the hammer down now, and he's going after J.W. Myers. He pulls up into his rooster tail. He may have a faster race boat than J-Dub, and that's going to be a great race back there for second place. We want to show you the leader, of course, Steve David, but watch this guy right here because J.W. Myers is going to get a challenge from the rookie in his first weekend of racing, and look at this young man drive. Meanwhile, here comes our leader, Steve David, down to finish lap 2 of 5. No problems so far, except that he nearly flew the boat. Now look back at the 2 boats coming out of the turn, and we have a boat race for second place. Scott Liddycoat pulls out to the right and drives around J.W. Myers. Look at this young man drive this boat. The Vulcan people caught lightning in a bottle when they signed with Ted Porter, and the U7 became their race boat. Scott Liddycoat, an unknown, up from the 5-liter ranks, got into the thing, and look at him drive it. Goes around the veteran J.W. Myers on the outside. Absolutely spectacular racing by a great young man we are very, very happy to have in the sport. Hopefully later Bianca will be able to get a word with him, and you can see why we're so tickled that he has come aboard. And man, can he drive a race boat. Now our leader coming down to finish his 3rd lap. 3 laps in the book for Steve David in the U1 Oh Boy Oberto. No challenge for him. Well, as I say that, here comes Scott Liddycoat. He's going to go after Steve David, and he has 2 laps, but Steve has slowed down a little bit. That's why Scott is catching up. Once he sees him coming, I'm sure Steve will put the hammer down again and take off. But I'm telling you what, the black boat is gaining on our leader. Scott Liddycoat pulled up into the rooster tail of Steve David. Now, he may have been told to cool it a little bit because he appeared to settle down as he came off the corner. Steve David is coming through the Milton Bridge turn for the 4th time. He's going to complete his 4th lap. And I don't think that Scott has time to challenge him, but if they had started deck to deck, I'm not sure how this one would have turned out. This black boat is a rocket, and this young man can drive. He's a rooster tail behind Steve David. I would not expect him to make that up in 1 lap, but we'll keep an eye on him as they go into that turn. That's Scott on the right side of your picture. He's at the apex and now the exit pin, and up ahead of him, a little more than a rooster tail, is Steve David with a little more than a half a lap to go. This is going to be Steve David's heat unless something goes wrong with the Oh Boy Oberto. Both boats running easily now. I don't think there's going to be a challenge from Liddycoat, but if they turn him loose and let him go to the inside, remember, he was told to start on the outside and back, something they do with rookies. Well, he did that, but once that part was over, he went racing. checkered flag and a big cheer from the locals here up and down the Ohio River as Steve David and the Miss Madison take the checkered flag and a victory in Heat 2B. Scott Liddycoat comes by in second place in the black and white Vulcan.com. Back a little ways to our third place finisher. Coming by now to take the checkered flag, J.W. Myers. This is also a team in development. This team took over a hole which had never been a front runner. They think they can turn it into one. Obviously, they need just a little more time with the new U11 Peters and May. So great stuff, especially from our second place finisher. You're looking at him right there, Scott Liddycoat. And I know he got everybody's attention with that run. Going to be fun to see what he can do with this U7 as we go on through the day and then head north to Detroit and the Gold Cup, out west to the Tri-Cities and Seattle. One of the great developments in the sport that we have seen here this weekend in Madison.